Shots incoming!
Sending cover!
Teammates in the gulag. If they survive, they can redeploy.
Hi, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be continuing my series of short videos on audio and gaming, this time focusing on a particular sound in Call of Duty Warzone. A little about me. My name is Ryan. I'm a sound designer and composer from Glasgow, working under the name The Giant Peach, because I am a giant peach. I play a hell of a lot of games, and I have done so for most of my life. So, Call of Duty is one of those first-person shooter games that will appear in a lot of people's sound design showreels, and it is for good reason. See, the guns in this game sound amazing, and the controls of them are extremely solid, making you understand the recoil of every gun in order to handle them best, and only having yourself to blame if it goes wrong. I did consider redesigning some guns from Call of Duty in this video, but instead I opted to redesign what I believe is an underrated part of the audio in the game that largely goes unrecognised. See, the sound of picking up a legendary tiered weapon in Warzone. It's an unexpected short burst of metal that, with a heavy distorted guitar, lets you know that what you've picked up is better than the average guns that you find on the floor. And you get this kind of reinforcement that you've now got a weapon that's just a little bit more badass than the rest of them. And see, I'm not a regular player of Call of Duty outside of the Warzone and Zombies game modes, so forgive me if this sound is used in other parts that I'm not aware of. But what's important here, anyways, is just the sound. See, that sound brings me memories of when I first played Halo or Gears of War, and you were always made to feel extremely powerful in these games, which in the case of Warzone, for me anyways, doesn't really apply, as I'm not very good at the game, but the feeling still kinda sticks with me regardless. In games that are so heavily focused on shooting and action in general, finding sounds like these that blend so well with gameplay that go by unnoticed and without breaking the immersion, it definitely does impress me as much as the amazing gun sounds. So what I'm going to be doing now is channeling my inner metalhead for roughly 1 second and bringing the sound of heavy guitars to Warzone by redesigning the sound of picking up legendary guns. Okay, so here we are in my Ableton project, and I'm going to show you how I remade the sound of picking up a legendary gun in my own style. So first off, up the top here, we've got the bass, which is probably the most edited part of the full thing. Just used a free MIDI bass that I found, the Ample Bass P Lite, and that seemed to do the damage pretty well. Doesn't sound like too much on its own, so here I've got a glue compressor, bit of chorus, overdrive, and just EQ'd it to kind of boost the bass a bit more, get it sounding a bit more beefy. I like using chorus on the bass quite a lot, mainly because when I play live I tend to use quite a lot of chorus on the bass. It just gives it a kind of nice warm tone that I like. This next part is one of the higher guitar sounds. I've panned it to the left so that it adds a bit more dynamic to the sound, and it will be coming through the player's speakers and making it seem as though the sound is in their head. All the guitar sounds have just been made using presets really on different guitar amps I've got. So nothing too fancy, I've just messed about with it a little bit. Here's a higher note that's just doing a slight pitch bend. I had to have that in there to give it the kind of higher sound that we want. Bit more of a screech to it, if you will. Here's the bulk, the meat of the sound, metal. I wanted the sound to be bassier, so I've taken away all the high end of the EQ and just left the lows. So we get a nice big beefy wall of guitars. As you can see, that's panned hard to the left and hard to the right. In particular when wearing headphones when you're gaming, that is the sort of thing that you will notice. And it does make a difference to the sound if you've got it panned and more dynamic to the player. Anyways, just stick all of that together and you get... That sounds alright, so let's have a look at that in context. That sounds pretty good. That sounds like Warzone. If you like what you've seen today, feel free to like and subscribe. If you'd like some more top tier pro gameplay, or if you're just interested in sound design. And being honest, I'm more confident in my sound design skills than my Call of Duty skills, so thanks a lot to my friends for carrying me through some games so I can get this footage.
That's cool. I see that.
Oh. But regardless, I plan to upload a lot more videos covering all sorts of genres of games and discussing both sound design and composing. But that's us for now. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.